Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, the 1st of August, 2023, and it is time once again for our Midday Mindful Moment. I have returned back to doing Mindful Moments. You probably saw one yesterday. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. Here, I can put this up now. Look, it'll say, hey, this is who I am. And I am the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson, a spiritual center in the heart of the Sonoran Desert, right outside of the city limits of Tucson, although we're kind of centrally located in Tucson overall. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is the mindful moment? It's an opportunity for us to join together and to be reminded of the truth that I teach, that I believe is the truth, that we are all part of an infinite, unified wholeness, that we are love, we are light, we are life, we are magnificent. And as we collectively come to know and understand that, we make better lives for ourselves. So that's what the mindful moment is all about. It's a few moments just to remind ourselves every single weekday of that idea. Today, what I wanted to talk about was something in our philosophy that the New Thought philosophy, of which Unity is a part, and there are also other branches of the New Thought philosophy. There's religious science, there's divine science, there's other ones. Those are the three main ones, though: unity, religious science, divine science. And I always like to say that the religious science, divine science, not to be confused with Scientology, that they are not the same thing. But they all are rooted in the understanding and in the foundational part of the teaching, which is that our thoughts, our beliefs, and all of our feelings around that create our experience. And so how do we address those thoughts? How do we address those beliefs? How do we address those feelings? Well, we have decided in this path that prayer and meditation are spiritual practices. Those are tools that we can use to address our thoughts and our beliefs. In fact, when I teach prayer class, one of the first questions I ask in class is, what is the purpose of prayer? What is the purpose of prayer? So if I were to ask you, what is the purpose of prayer? Like, just what comes up for you in your own mind? You don't have to answer in the chat or anything, although I do see that William and Anita are here. Grateful to see you both, as always. But what I teach, the purpose of prayer is to change our mind, to fundamentally change our mind, to fundamentally change a belief system from something that was not working to something that works. Now, what is it? How do I know that it works? Well, for me, the flow of my life is the way that I can know whether my belief system is working for me. If my life is constructive and forward moving and feeling good, then that to me is an indication of my belief system working for me. If things are going awry, you know what? My belief system is still working for me. Here's why I say that. I said this a few weeks ago in my Sunday celebration. When things seem to be falling apart all around you, if we are, and I want to be very clear, this is for me when I'm rooted in the practice. If things start to fall apart in my life, what I have come to understand is that is a breaking down of the limitations that I've put into place so that something new can be expressed. And so I don't look at it as this devastating thing. I look at it as a path to the constructive. So one of the things that I have taken into my heart is that everything I say is a reflection of a thought, which is backed by a prayer and they're backed by a belief. And all of that is rooted in some form of feeling. And the feeling is the generator. So oftentimes I will work in the direction of the feeling of gratitude. So I did this thing just under 5 years ago as an affirmation and a commitment to that reminding to myself that this is how I choose to live my life. And that is, I got this tattoo. I know a lot of it, and I talk about this tattoo a lot. I got this tattoo that says, "And so it is," which traditionally, and I put it on the inside of my forearm so that I would see it all the time. And for me, that tattoo is the consistent reminder that my word, backed by thought, backed by belief, and rooted in feeling, is what is creating my life. And so I must be aware of and addressing the thoughts, the beliefs, and the feelings so that I can be the conscious creator of my life. That's the fundamental way we teach things. Now, that also goes hand in hand with what I talked about yesterday, which is, what is God? You are God. So the very creative nature of God is our own creative nature, because we cannot be separate from the infinite. If we were separate from the infinite, then the infinite wouldn't be infinite, it'd be finite, because there was something other than the infinite. See how that works? So if this is who we are, then we get to take charge. We get to have a responsibility for the expression of our lives. And it's not to say we should beat ourselves up for stuff, but we are the ones who get to create our lives. And I find great joy in that. I get to make it happen. I get to co-create with the infinite power, as the infinite power, to demonstrate a glorious life. So I want to say hi to Jerry and to Marvis. I'm grateful to have you here. You know, it's funny because as I return to these mindful moments, one of the things that's been going through my head just now is that I'm kind of going back to the basics, right? The basic fundamentals of the New Thought philosophy. And I think I'll probably be in that for a little while anyway, as I kind of ramp myself back into some of the more advanced thoughts that I will think and express. But one of the things that we also do in the mindful moment is we take the opportunity to affirm whatever it is that we're working on in a moment of prayer treatment. A movement of mind is how we define prayer, a movement of mind, a movement of consciousness, so that we can demonstrate in the constructive. So that's what this is. So I invite you to relax with me right here in this moment. If it's safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. Just simply relax right into the breath, right into the breath. I like to turn the attention to the breath, rooted in the understanding that it is a reflection of the infinite circulation of all that is, and that it is part of who I am, part of who we are, and it is something that we get to share as well. And so, rooted in the breath, I allow myself to settle in to this understanding that there is only one infinite power. There is only one infinite presence. There is only one unified wholeness. There is one energy. There's one thing going on, and it is the consistent outflow of creation. Creation itself is the activity of the divine. It is the activity of God. And God is not separate from creation. God is creation itself. And all that is, everything that exists, is part of this infinite wholeness, this infinite creative energy. We are that power. We are that presence. We are the light. We are the life. We are the love. We are the peace. We are the joy. We are the beauty. We are the power. We are the understanding. We are the imagination of this infinite power and presence. And we utilize its creative energy as our own in the construct and outflow of our lives. So we are this power. This is our core identity. There is no aspect of us which is not wholly divine. And so I speak my word on behalf of each and every one of us to know that there is an opportunity that I take, and invite each and every one of us into taking the opportunity to deepen in understanding a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, that our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings are creating the construct of this outflow. They are the mold from which creation is taking its cues. And that every word we speak is creative. For every word we speak is backed by a thought, backed by a belief, backed by a feeling. And so all is well in the outflow of this good. All is well in the magnificence of this glorious creative energy. Knowing that all is well, I relax, trusting, knowing, and letting myself be filled and overflowing with gratitude in this moment. I take a moment to reflect on the feeling of gratitude, the sensation of gratitude within, and know that as gratitude fuels this creative engine, there is nothing I need do except live in the expectancy of the flow, the goodness, the constructive. And it is always done. For I have spoken it, rooted in a thought, rooted in the belief of expectancy. And guaranteed by that feeling of gratitude, I let it be. I relax, release, trust, and know it. And affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Greg Dorst, Reverend Greg Dorst, grateful to see you here. Good morning to you. Yes. Well, there we are. Another mindful moment, another opportunity to deepen into truth. Always grateful for this connection. Grateful that I've come back to engage in this connection again. Grateful that you are with me. Grateful that we are together on this journey. Yeah. Sherry, perfection. Thank you. You are perfection. You're all perfection. Every single one of you. We should talk about perfection sometimes, about the nature of perfection. Maybe that'll be tomorrow when I come back at about 8:30 a.m. I'm going to start putting in about 8:30. I used to be really like, I have to go right on the dot. It'll be about 8:30, the mindful moment. Yeah, every weekday, though, is my plan to join you every weekday right here, whether you're watching live on Facebook or on YouTube. They go live simultaneously in those places. I'm grateful to have this connection. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Peace and blessings to you. Don't forget, you are magnificent. Keep shining your light. You are love, and I'm grateful. All right. Bye, everybody.